Okay, I want to do one more thing. I was doing a video about the quadratic formula. We had the y. Remember, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, this is the quadratic formula, people. All right, this is the quadratic. Quadratic formula, right? A cannot equal 0 because then no longer it ceases to be the quadratic formula. Okay, and if y equals 0, then x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And we wonder, how do we get this? And now the typical way everyone teaches you of finding what the quadratic form, what the solution is for x when y equals 0 is by starting with this formula and going down to here. I actually like to do it the opposite way and go from here to here. Because I know this, you need to remember this formula anyway. You need to know what this formula is because you're going to use it a lot in this context. Okay, this is a very important formula to remember it. And actually, going from here to here is hard. Going from here to here is easy. So my preference is to prove it by going from the end of my destination to the start. After all, if I can go from Chicago to New York, I can go from New York to Chicago. Okay? So let's figure out. So we start with this formula. I want to do this. I'm just going to use simple algebra to solve this problem. I multiply both sides by 2a. I want it with 2ax equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Okay, now I'm trying to figure out what else to do. Well, this is quite simple. I need to add b to both sides. Okay, 2ax plus b is going to equal plus or minus, a positive negative, b squared minus 4ac. At this point, I have a square root. I want to get rid of the square root. I'm going to square both sides. Okay, you should know that this is 4a squared x squared plus 4axb, abx should say, plus b squared equals b squared minus 4ac. Okay, I have b squares on both sides. They cancel. What are you doing? They cancel. Trust me. Okay, I can now add 4ac to both sides. 4a squared x squared plus 4abx plus 4ac is going to equal 0. Well, actually, I can pull out a 4a. Okay, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. What do I do with the 4a? I divide both sides. I multiply both sides by 1 over 4a. So, man, you're getting rid of stuff that belongs there, aren't you? That doesn't belong here. Okay, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Huzzah! I've got my answer. Whoops, missed the last part because I was busy. I was so happy going through the stuff that I never finished it. Okay, so we got from here down to here, no problems. Let me show you why it's easier to go from the solution to the equation than from the equation to the solution. If I was going from the equations, my first step is right here. I have to multiply both sides of the equation by 4a. Okay? And then I need up here, I need to add b squared to both sides. All right? Or I need to subtract b squared from both sides. All right? I need to subtract b squared from both sides. Or similarly, you get the point. So I got to remember to multiply by a specific term that involves 4a and a specific term that involves b squared at two different points at the right point in the equation. to get from here to there. And it's hard to remember that. If I start from here to here, I got to remember that this term and to put them in the right place at the right time. But if I start from the solution and work to the equation, the terms just drop out and it becomes very, very obvious what the step to do. So that's why I prefer to start with the solution and move the equation, because frankly the terms drop out. It's easier for me to remember and it's much simpler, easier, and nicer.